Peace family. I hope you guys are happy and healthy and doing well. This video is called Cover That Thing Up. Cover that thing up. What is that thing? These plants. Y'all want to know how many degrees it is right now? My son just told me it was 99. Probably feels like 103. And your plants can feel that too. So let me show you something. Oh, so this pepper, first of all, has been a star. I have definitely got peppers off of it. You can see it is wanting to produce more and more. But if you look at this pepper right here, I left it here just to show you guys. I think it's getting sunburned now. I think I need some shade cloths. Let me show you guys another one. Check this one out. So I think the sun is getting a tad too hot, and if I use some shade cloths, I think I'll get more food out of them. The other thing y'all need to cover up is that soil. So I went to a friend's house to help her out with the garden, and she was like, oh my gosh, it's so dry, you know, no matter how much I water it, it's just really dry. And I was like, you need some mulch, friend. Mulch is your best friend. Mulch is my best friend. If you guys have been watching me for a while, you know I will stop on the side of the road and grab some pine needles or some dry leaves, and that is my mulch. I also do a whole lot of chop and drop with my comfrey and greens leaves and any other leaves. My green bean leaves, they look raggedy. I pick them off and I drop them on top of that soil because that is covering the soil up, and it will help your plants keep the water retention just a little bit longer. So I water every morning right now, as opposed to every morning and every evening, or 2 or 3 times a day. So it's too hot for me to work right now. I came out here at this temperature just to show you guys how freaking hot it gets in the garden, and just like how you feel like, ugh, and the heat drains you and stuff like that. The plants feel that way too. There's only a certain temperature that most of these plants will like to go to. And so when they say like full sun for 6 to 8 hours, but your sun is like, it's like 103 degrees, like not that full southern sun, not like that. So this will actually be my first time attempting to use shade cloth. And what I'm actually going to use is my frost cloth, because I looked it up and it says that frost cloth will let 70% of the sun in. So we're going to try that out. I'm going to come out when it's not as hot, and I'll show you guys what I came up with. I'm also going to just sprinkle more leaves just to cover up some of the soil, some of my bare soil, some of the places where I've pulled plants out and stuff like that. So, yeah, take this ride with me. Peace. Okay, family, so I wanted to show you guys where I have my leaves right now. My garage is messy, so I'm going to try not to show y'all that. But here they are. The reason I have them in the garage is because when we had like one little box of pine needles in the yard, we found 3 little baby snakes in there. And while I am learning to identify the different snakes and I'm getting more comfortable, I don't want to just create spaces for snakes to come and start families. And I think it's best to start these habits now of, I'm sure like when I have more land, it'll probably be harder. But for now, in this little house, I am going to keep these leaves in this garage. And what I do is just bring pots out here and fill the pots up to take outside and cover the soil. Tomorrow is super busy. Today is actually busy, so I didn't get up as early as I wanted to, and I'm kind of working in the heat, but that's okay. I'm taking breaks and I'm hydrating, and once I'm done for today, I'll be done for today. I'm always just like, yes girl, you did those few things, you know, it's little by little. So now what I'm gonna do is cover the bare soil I see. I actually just added soil right here. It was looking a little low. Just cover it up. It don't have to be perfect or fancy. This is a great time. If y'all look down here, this is actually dried up comfrey. But if you don't already have some sitting there and breaking down, this is a great time to add your eggshells, your rabbit poo, your comfrey, and then go ahead and cover that stuff up, because when it's covered up, it breaks down faster. And so I think for me, this has been like one of the best things that I learned in my garden, which was like continuously feeding it. So I don't necessarily, I mean, I add compost when I'm planting things, but I don't necessarily only focus on nutrition when it's time to plant. I'm forever adding nutrition. I'm forever adding eggshells or bearing compost, you know. Even the dry leaves, they break down over time, and those also will feed my soil. And so cover that thing up, y'all. It's gonna help so much. And to me, I like how it looks too. So let me keep covering some stuff up, and I'll be back. Peace. I just want to show you guys how hot I am right now, because our plants can't go in the house. So I'm hot. I just laid out some leaves. I'm about to take a break. I'm going to drink some water. My plants cannot do that. So as it keeps heating up, double down on that mulch, guys. Double down on covering the soil. Check out your plants. Are they burning? You know, are they turning brown or yellow faster? Are they getting enough water? Are they getting too much sun? As the seasons change, you got to kind of reevaluate if you want to keep your plants going, because just like we are alive and we react to changes in our atmosphere, the plants will do that as well. So I'm going to take a little break, and then I'm going to keep going. I'm going to show you guys something on the side of the house too. Peace. Okay, y'all, so we're going on the side of the house now. So I just cleaned this whole thing up. Y'all remember this tomato? It was looking crazy. My husband came out and made me like another kind of trellis for it, and I trimmed it back quite a bit. But anyway, it had a big old limb that was leaned over this way. Everything was leaned over in this bed. If y'all can remember, this is where we got most of our carrots before, and this is where my big old cilantro were. So I just, oh, I already pulled that out. I just cut my cilantro back. You can see that is the stem of one of them, and the other stem is over here somewhere. And so this soil was then bare, and even though things were kind of falling over, it took me some time to come and cover the soil back up, clean everything back up, and my plants were suffering. If you can see here, I cut a lot of this tomato out. There were bugs. They need airflow, and they need to not struggle, and covering the soil is a part of keeping them from struggling, because the soil doesn't ever dry all the way out. And so I just wanted to show you guys that. I had to cut a lot off this tomato and this calendula too. I need to deadhead it. And you can see there is a wasp. This is a beneficial wasp. I let these live in my garden. So normally what happens is, if the worms are getting overrun, I'll come out here and I'll start picking them off, and one of these guys will come like, hey, you know, what you doing? That's my food. And I'm like, hey bro, work faster. So me and these guys kind of work together to keep the worms out. If you see them, that is a beneficial wasp. I've never been stung by one. I've never really been bothered by one, but I also kind of let them do their thing when they're out here. The other thing, probably the last thing I'm going to show you guys about the mulch, is how to choose the best mulch. I'll show you a mistake I made. Well, now this is kind of breaking down, because this was when I first moved here. I mulched back here with like for real heavy mulch, and this side bed actually doesn't get as much sun as the other beds do, and so it was getting kind of like too wet, like it wasn't drying out enough. Also, airflow is something that roots really love, and there's not as much airflow if you have such a heavy mulch. I'm trying to show y'all what it's looking like now. Like, it's starting to break down. I don't bother it too much. I keep covering it and covering it, and throwing, you know, comfrey and all kind of stuff in there, but it can rob nutrients from your soil sometimes if you have like a lot of buried wood chips. And I wouldn't pick actual wood chips to mulch my garden with unless it's in ground. So like over where my peach tree is, let me show you guys. Okay, y'all, we waiting on the grass man, so don't judge me. But this is my peach tree guild. Now over here, it is mulched with mulch. That's because everything is in ground, and I'm kind of expecting it to take care of itself more, if that makes sense. Ooh, look at that peach, y'all. That peach looks pretty. So that is where I mulch with actual mulch. But in a garden bed where I'm going to be working, I'm going to be planting, I'm going to be changing things, I'm going to be harvesting often, I like something that's going to be light enough to let air through, but thick enough to keep the sun out, and something that's natural and will break down and eventually feed my soil. So I'm clocking out for now, but I'm going to come back and put frost cloth up, and I'll bring you guys with me for that. Peace. Okay, y'all, sorry. It's actually been a few days, and it is taking me time to actually get out here and do this, but check it out. So, hear me out, y'all, before you judge me. I don't want to give any shade to my loofah. Loofah actually loves hot weather. Also, everything on this side still looks great. Even my peppers, they still look perfectly fine. I haven't had any burnt peppers over here. The bush beans will die out. That's just what bush beans do right now. I'm just picking the last little bits off of these, and then I'll show you guys my other bush beans. As you can see over here, I'm actually letting the beans dry out on these so that I can plant more bush beans in the fall. So what I wanted to shade out was mainly this pepper right here, and the tomato to a certain extent. So what I did, I still think is working, because the sun rises over here at my house, and so it's going across the sky, and by the evening time the sun will be coming from this way, and so this should provide some afternoon shade, some evening shade for that pepper and part of the tomato. That's my plan. We'll see how it goes. The tomato still looks happy and healthy. Every day I'm grabbing tomatoes as they blush, and I'm letting them kind of just ripen in the house. So I'll let you guys know how this goes. I'm excited. And I will adjust if I get more burnt peppers, but I do have a few forming on here right now, so we should be able to tell soon if this is sufficient. You guys know I'm always gonna go with like the more resourceful way of doing things. This is what I had on hand, but I'm always observing and willing to kind of change my plan up if that doesn't work. So I'll let you guys know. Something else we got to cover up is fruit. So next I'm cover that thing up, I got to cover my peaches. I think a squirrel stole my peach. It was a beautiful peach. My husband and I were watching it. It was very lovely. I guess the squirrels were watching it harder than we were, because we came out one morning and the peach was gone. Ain't that some BS? That's some BS. So, a couple things we're going to cover up. We'll start with this watermelon. I'm going to go grab some tulle, and I'm covering this one, number 1, just to help support it, and then number 2, so that no one else eats it before we do. And then Diva Jones asked me if the peach had given me any peaches. And so let's see if I can get in here and show y'all. It does have peaches on here. This is an early pink flowering peach, and I'm not very sure how sweet the peaches actually are. I bought it because it was a peach and it was beautiful. And then when I looked it up, they were saying, oh, it's grown as an ornamental. And I'm like, they're peaches. Like, why would they be ornamental? So as long as I can do something tasty like a fruit roll up, smoothies, tea, sweeten it up, even if they're not just super tasty straight off the vine, straight off the tree, as long as I can do something with them, I'm going to be happy with this. And also, we're going to air layer more branches on here, maybe from mommy's tree and my mom's tree. And so hopefully we can have different kinds of peaches coming off of this same tree. So I am going to cover up some of this fruit as well with some tulle. I bought tulle one time and it is just yards and yards of tulle, and you can use it in so many different ways in your garden. Robbie is the one who helped me see the magic of tulle because it's cheap and you can use it for a lot of stuff. So I'll show you guys some of the fruits and stuff once they get covered up. I will show you guys once I finish adding in more, you know, rapid poo and all my little homemade fertilizers and stuff, and adding more leaves. I'll show you guys what the beds look like. But cover that thing up, y'all. It's about 104 degrees right now. I only came out in the sun to show you guys what my shade cloth was looking like and how I think it's going to work. But look, the plants can't go in the house, so we gotta protect them, cover them things up. See y'all. Peace. Okay, family, I'm running out of time. I'm just gonna finish this video, but I'm not finished because it's about to rain. I waited a while to get out here. I had a lot of stuff to do. Y'all know my life. It's a lot. But I did get some stuff accomplished, and I'm happy about that. So, I didn't cover all of the peaches, but I tried to find like the ones that were looking like they wanted to go ahead and ripen, and I tried to cover up clusters of them. See, like back there. I could come back and do more, but like I said, it's raining. It's not raining, but it's lightning. Y'all can see the wind is blowing, the rain is coming. So for now, I'm happy with it. So I just tied tulle around that, and I'll let you guys know how well that works. And then look at my watermelon. He looks like he in a little hammock. This is the cutest little thing ever. So I'm excited about this. He's got some support, and this tulle is super cheap, guys, so it works out well. This would have been a great day to put down more, like I said, rabbit poo, homemade bone meal, all your crushed eggshells, your blended up dehydrated banana peels, or whatever, because throw that down, throw your mulch over it, cover that thing up, and then let the rain come down. Oh my gosh, you guys, your plants will be super, super happy. So thank you for your patience with this video. It has been filmed over a couple of days. But we're making progress, guys. Don't be too hard on yourselves. Just, you know, recognize the stuff that you do little by little. I'll show you guys for the last time. I think the pepper did great today. There's no sun, so you can't really tell. But the pepper did well. This is still there. Oh my gosh. And I just noticed some bugs. So we'll be addressing that next time. Look at him. No, sir. No, sir. I hope you guys are happy and healthy and doing well. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.